for clicking on State of the City. My name is Todd Prafke. I'm the City Administrator here in St. Peter, and today is May 8th, Monday, May 8th. It's about 10:15, 10:30 in the morning. Normally I do this State of the City right after a workshop, and while that's still kind of the case, I'm doing it after workshop, I'm actually doing it right before the morning before a regular council meeting. So here's the agenda for that regular council meeting. You can sure catch this online on our website at stpetermn.gov, www.stpetermn.gov, and you can see some of the business items that are on here. I think what will be a relatively short council meeting tonight. Beautiful evening out, so I'm sure the council will want to get moving along here. So anyway, thanks for clicking on State of the City. My goal is to talk not only about this meeting, but a few tidbits of information. I've got more tidbits today than normal, so I'm going to cut to the chase here on the council meeting. One of the first agenda items there is a block party in Nicollet Meadows. So some of the neighbors have gotten together and want to do something to get their block all energized and gather together. And so we're really happy to help them by closing down the street, providing some barricades, doing some other things for them that help make that block party go. So if any of the rest of you in the community are interested in doing that kind of thing, give us a call, let us know that you're interested, and we'll give you kind of the scoop on what needs to happen and how that all fits together to close the road and do all that kind of stuff. We also have on there some work related to streets, and as I've shown you before with this image, the red lines there show a lot of the streets that are going to get seal coating, which is a major part of our work. But before that, we have a lot of patching, pothole filling, reconstruction that gets done throughout the city of St. Peter. And so tonight we're purchasing a lot of materials, almost a couple $100,000 worth of materials for that. So that's on the council agenda as well. And then also just a small tidbit related to solar energy. We are buying and entering all the agreements for, sometimes we're calling it a billboard, sometimes we're calling it a sample solar panel. We're really struggling with the terminology, but to put a small solar panel up near the compost facility on Swift Street. And so this is in advance of our solar subscription program. And the idea of this is that it'll be able to be used to promote. And as people subscribe, they can say, kind of, that's the panel, that's kind of what I'm subscribing to as I subscribe for solar energy within St. Peter. So anyway, those are the big ones for today. We have some reports on there related to Traverse Green Open House, which was just last Saturday, just a couple of days ago, and was really beautiful day. A lot of nice people showed up. I want to talk about Minnesota River Valley Transit Board meeting that's coming up, and the hospital expansion project. I'll talk about that under tidbits first. You know, we've been talking about this for a long time, and this is a major project. Almost, well, over $30 million is being discussed about an expansion for Rivers Edge Hospital, and certainly the hospital is doing great and just got another 5-star award. Congratulations to George and his team out there and all the people that do such a great job in providing services directly to patients from our community and from really a larger, ever-expanding kind of area. So anyway, I do want to mention that one as being important, and next cycle. So at the next council meeting, we have a hearing on that. We're required to do a hearing for the USDA funding that we're applying for. And so the hearing is, people can come and comment about whether they like it, don't like it, or if they have a specific question, we would try and answer that with them offline. But we certainly want to make people aware that that's going on and that we continue to have this very important discussion about expansion of the hospital and what the hospital really is to the fabric of our community. So, let me get into some other tidbits. First of all, I want to mention, we have a lot of detours going on around our community, and I have a map here that shows some of the activity. Certainly the area of Broadway or the Fort Road or County Road 5 is on detour right now. We have some area that's the Gardner Road here that isn't detoured yet, but soon will be along Jefferson and Gardner Road as that road is under construction. We have some other areas outside of the city of St. Peter that are under construction. And my observation is that since we've had a number of those detours, we now have a rush hour in St. Peter. And maybe it's more of a rush hour only one day a week or something like that. But certainly Fridays from about 3:30 to 5:30 or so, Highway 169, Broadway or Old Minnesota Avenue here in St. Peter, there's a rush hour. And this last Friday, from the south end of town, so kind of the stoplights there by Subway in that area, all the way up to, well, almost Ace Hardware staff or cars were backed up on the roadway, and staff observed that. And so it really is a function of the detours that are going on and some of the level of activity that occurs and our ever increasing traffic count along Highway 169 through St. Peter. So anyway, watch for that. Avoid that rush hour traffic if you can here in St. Peter. But we've made note of that and really do think that the detours are contributing significantly to that. So watch for that as we move forward. I also want to mention some work will be starting in the next couple of weeks around Veterans Field. Here's Veterans Field, and although it might be a little bit hard to see on my video camera here, there's some blue lines along the edge and a couple through the middle of the park. That is sidewalk work that has been approved by the City Council. It's likely to start within the next month or so and will improve accessibility and make it easy to get around Veterans Field and for all the activities that are going on, so watch for that. Let me get to another tidbit. This is actually from our friends at Hutchinson, but it was really a nice pamphlet that was put together about being aware of where and when you dig. But I have to put this out there. Remember, before you dig, it's the law. Dial 811 for Gopher State 1 call. So if you're digging a hole someplace, we want to make sure that you live to plant in there or put your fence in there or whatever you're doing. And when you call 811 a few days before your event, your activity, your digging takes place, we come out there and other utility providers come out there and mark the area to make sure that you're not digging through a natural gas line or an electric line, something that could cause damage to you and to your property. I also have to mention summer season is upon us. School is out in another week or so. Wow, is that hard to believe, right? Summer's already going to start here. And but that means that a lot of summer activities, if you haven't received the brochure, you can go online and check for summer activities through the Rec Department and Community Ed. But I also have to mention very specifically the pool pass. Pool passes in St. Peter, a family pass for all season use. Longer season this season, all season use at the pool. At the Lindbergh Memorial Pool there on 4th Street is still $40, just $40 for a summer season pool pass. So it still is, as my friend Ed Lee from the Chamber of Commerce says often, it's still the best entertainment value that you could buy in St. Peter for the summer. $40 is a great deal. And also we'll continue to do some of the transit stuff we've done in the past where if you're under 18 years old, you can get on the bus for $1. And so you can get around to the pool, not to the pool, to a soccer, to whatever, baseball, whatever you got going on. You can use that bus all the time that it's going on the route for $1. So watch for that as well. Here I'm checking my list. Oh, I also have to mention electronics recycling collection is June 3rd. So that old TV, that old printer, that old computer, that old microwave oven that has been sitting around at your house for a while that you've been trying to figure out, what the heck, how do I get rid of that thing? You can do that at electronics recycling. That is at the wastewater treatment plant just off St. Julian, and it's June 3rd from 9 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. Again, electronics recycling on June 3rd from 9 until 2 at the wastewater treatment plant. Some other things that I want to just mention quick is Traverse Green Subdivision. I mentioned at the beginning our open house, but if you have questions about affordable housing, opportunity for working families to own a home of their own, even if you don't think you might be able to, this might be your chance to do it. So give us a call. You can see some information and numbers there. You can give Russ Willie in our office a call, or the really, really nice folks from Southwest Minnesota Housing Partnership. So anyway, if you want more information, here's a great place to check that out. I also want to mention, as the parks are seeing use, we want to make sure that you are not driving your cars in the park. I see this all the time, especially in Minnesota Square Park, once in a while in Gorman Park. But there's no need to drive your car off the road up to the pavilion. Carry your stuff. We don't come and drive in your front yard, so don't drive in our front yard, the community's front yard, Minnesota Square Park. There are great opportunities for activities there, but we really don't want you to be driving in there. And coupled with that, now that the council's expanded where dogs can go, make sure as you're walking your dog along the park areas or in the recently expanded areas where where dogs are allowed, make sure to be picking up after your dogs. Make sure that they're licensed and you're looking out for them. Very important. Dogs must be under leash and under control at all times, and you gotta, if they poop, which they do, make sure that you're picking that up right away. All right. Whew. I think that's my list for the most part. I got to promote the hot sheet. If you don't get our electronic newsletter, please let us know and we'll get you signed up, and it'll come to your inbox just about every Wednesday after lunchtime or so. Lots of great information is included in the hot sheet. And last but not least, we'd love it if you'd like us on Facebook. Here's where you can email me, or there's our website, or give us a call. We're happy to visit with you about lots of things that are going on within our community. Whew, that's it. Thanks for clicking on State of the City. Hope to see you again next time.